Hello.
जैसे फॉलो करते हैं अभी इसको ऐसे कंटिन्यू करिए यहाँ पे कोई चेक कर रहा है अभी भी आ रहा है तो प्रॉब्लम होगा ना और जितना रहेगा जाने दीजिए इसके बाद इसको कम कर लीजिए नया कैसे पोस्ट करना है इसके लिए डेट डाउनलोड कैसे करते हैं अगस्त 19 से अगस्त 19 नेक्स्ट करते जा रहे हैं एक और नया कैसे रजिस्टर हो रही है इसमें अप्रैल 2021 से नया फाइनेंशियल स्टार्ट हो रहा है यहाँ से आगे बढ़ जाएगा वो रजिस्टर आपने कराया है कैश कितना रिसीव हुआ बैंक को कितना रिसीव हुआ
Hello. Hello.
Hello, are we good to go, Dipti?
Yeah, good morning, sir. Am I audible right now?
Yeah, very clear. Yeah, right.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah. You're going to give an intro, right?
Yes. Sir, so you're at office or at home?
That's my, I'm at office, but that's a virtual image, but the office is very close to the sea. Just 2 kilometers from the sea, the beach, just 2 kilometers.
Okay, great. Yeah, sir, I just want to ask you one thing is that when I just make you host,
okay.
So at that time, the one other option will come that you has to unmute us, so that what are the disturbance or what are the questions will come, so at least we can handle it from our college side.
Okay.
Okay, good morning everyone, and a warm welcome from Extension College of Visual Arts to everyone present in this webinar. Thank you all for joining us. But before beginning the program, I just want to start with an introduction. I'll let you know about our college. So yeah, we established in 2012 as an academy today, and it has been transformed into a college recognized by Utkal University of Culture. The college provides a portal for the creative, visionary youth of our country to express their imaginations and thoughts through both traditional and contemporary medium, data canvas and software respectively. The college provides a canopy for budding artists, sculptors, painters, animators, graphic designers, photographers, and filmmakers providing them numerous opportunities to flourish in this changing industry of arts. And so today, we are proud to present you one such torch bearer of animation, worth to inspire you and can confer upon us his knowledge and experience in this webinar. So I would like to welcome Vinod sir as a creative mentor in the Toonz Animation Academy Limited. So with over 21 years of experience in 3D animation, Vinod sir is one of the first artists to get trained in the Alice Power Animator on the SGI platform. His expertise has been comprehensively implemented to design curriculum and syllabus for animation schools and universities in India and abroad. His passion and zeal for the field of animation grow not only within him but around him as he never fails to motivate and encourage the curious and learners entertaining the field of animation. And he had such a great experience in animation film from like he already worked with the student college in Canada also. He used to be like a made syllabus for that college also. But I would like to ask sir to explain that in detail so that उनसे अगर सुने तो हमें और उससे चीजें डिटेल में पता चले करके. Vinod sir, I would like to request you to take a lead from here.
Okay.
And I make you the host.
Okay. Yeah, you changed. You have given me the host status.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. Okay. So let me start.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Very good morning to the entire XGen fraternity, including teachers and mentors and the students. It's my privilege representing Toonz Media Group and talking to remote location that it is due to the pandemic where we have started using webinars extensively. So I feel really good to connect with a bunch of artistic folks from Orissa. I am from the deep down south part of the tip of India, and we are able to connect and exchange. And it is something great, very, very exciting also. So out here, let me begin with a quick intro about myself. And I'm Vinod. I work with Toonz Animation as a creative mentor. We have a big studio. Toonz Animation is one of the largest studios in Asia. And this is the oldest standing studio in India. We started in 1999. And since then, we've been growing. Every year, we've been expanding. We are headquartered in Singapore, promoted by a group in Geneva. It's an Indian family who owns multiple companies based out of Geneva. And we have branches in New Zealand, US, North America, Turkey, Spain, and Singapore and India. And all the creative work happens in India, New Zealand, and Turkey. So a lot of youngsters who joined us as young budding artists and all have got an opportunity to go to New Zealand and work in a New Zealand branch. Few of them moved to Turkey, and so this is a great. So this also indicates the kind of network we have with the global animation clients, because as we have offices in all of these locations, I forgot to tell you, we also have a big office in Ireland. We have acquired a big company called Telegale. So we have so Europe also we have two locations, that's Spain, Madrid, and then Ireland. And the entire creative team is majority, I guess 90% of the creative folks are stationed in Kerala, Trivandrum, the capital of Kerala, and southern tip of India. The cross section of people who work here are from like all ranges. We had people from Orissa also. We have a lot of Bengal-based people, Bengal. We have people from Assam, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Punjab, Gujarat, and the local folks, Malayalis. We call them Malayali or Keralites. That's the easiest way to learn. So it's a great workspace. This is located in the greenest IT park, considered with the greenest IT park in the world. Very green, lushy green, surrounding next to the beach. And this beach is just 2 kilometers from where I am located now. This is a virtual background, what you see on the back. And we started in 1999. So that's about me. And about me, I started my career in 1996. I joined, my first job was in 97, though I worked as a trainee in 96. My first independent job was in 97. I worked in a studio in Mumbai. Those days, we had no animation episodic works happening in India. It was mostly titling work, product animation, and small effects for movies. So I have worked, if you look at the movie thing, I worked on very early stage movies like the movie called Duplicate, Shahruk's Major Saab, China Gate, then many other, then a few albums by Lucky Ali. Also, I worked on those things. Then I moved to South. South, I was working in Chennai. So again, the opportunity those days was very wide. It was open for both 3D and VFX together. There was no separate company for 3D, no separate company for VFX. It used to happen together. So that way I was lucky. I got an opportunity to explore both areas. And my passion again shifted to VFX for some time. So I worked in Tamil and the South movies and all for a while. Then in 2001, those days, the industry was never like stable. Companies used to come up in 6 months, the companies will shut down. So like by 2000, I got to know that there's a company in Trivandrum which has come up with the name Toonz and all, but I was in Chennai. So in 2003, I got an opportunity to join Toonz. So this is where the transition from pencil to pixels, the whole topic of the seminar might really be relevant, because I'm going to talk about how Indian industry shifted from 2D to 3D and how efficiently we are working on 3D project in 2021. So 2003, the Toonz management, the senior members there and all, they contacted me and said, we have a 500 member team, hardcore 2D artists, traditional artists. Remember, this set of people have worked on the first Indian story for Cartoon Network, which is Tenali Raman. So the entire team was very good. They were trained by people from Philippines, from Canada, and we are almost 40-member Filipino teams also, Philippines animators, because they are very good. And the reason I can tell you why they were ahead of us those days. So the team so they called me and said, we have 500 members. They're very good at 2D animation. Now we want to convert them to 3D. The entire 500 members should be shifted to 3D. So it was not very easy because they were traditional artists who were very good at 2D with great timing and spacing, great understanding of anatomy. People who are very good at doing backgrounds, wonderful backgrounds. The backgrounds which you can compare with the new digital era works. There's such good background artists we had. They were very good at doing in between the entire process of 2D, like pre-production to entire pre-production, production, and post-production. To be very honest, we just had 10 or 15 computers for a 500-member team. The rest, everyone used to do drawing using the light box. I'm sure you all coming from the animation background, you know what is a light box. Okay, so they all used to work on light box. They used to create hundreds of drawings, and that's how the work was going on. So they were reluctant. They were reluctant, saying, "No, we don't want to learn 3D. We are happy with 2D." But then the management convinced them that the kind of projects coming to India is slowly shifting from 2D to 3D. So we need to be prepared to take up the next dimension, which is 3D. So I had to divide this 500 into different teams. Teams were from the background department, background painting department. We chose them for the BG department in 3D. Gave them training in BG, how to do BG. And we used Max and Maya both, because that was in 2003, November. 2004, we completely shifted to Maya. The training was completely using Maya, and we gave them background modeling, character modeling, texture painting, rigging, and animation. So these are 5 areas. We never got into the effects animation because these 2D artists were never keen at doing technical jobs. They were very much creatively into the traditional art. So they were not very keen at getting into this rigging or very serious particle effects, dynamics, cloth animation. So by 2004 mid, in 6 months time, I could convert almost 6 departments. And from there onwards, we started pulling in more people from outside. So we always wanted our artists to be with us. That's why we gave training and we absorbed them. And we started a training division. And ever since 2004, we work on two platforms. We work on 3D, 2D digital, which is using Flash or Animate CC. These days it's Animate CC. We also have a division where we animate using Toon Boom, because Disney's projects, most of the projects, they demand for Toon Boom pipeline. That's why we use that. Then we have a division for AR, VR, and gaming. So now Toonz is in the techno-creative mode. We work in 2D and 2D. Today we don't work on any more traditional 2D animation because that is obsolete. But we still respect the art of 2D animation. We follow that and we apply the same skills in 3D of the advanced level. We use the same skills. So that's a simple way to explain about Toonz, how it happened to 2D. By 2004, there was an urge in Indian industry. There's an urge in Indian industry to get into shift over to 3D. More and more projects coming, they're all in 3D. So the demand was there. People wanted to do 3D. So that's when we shifted to 3D. But just before that, we completed Tenali Raman, which was shown in Cartoon Network. Many of you of the age group of 20 or 21 might have seen that in Cartoon Network. Remember, that's the first Indian show to come in the Cartoon Network. And another area Toonz really explored was creating own intellectual properties, own concept and own stories. So like that, we are surviving. So to begin with, I'm going to show you 2-3 small clippings. One is the corporate video of Toonz, then our 2D showreel and the 3D showreel. After that, I will talk to you about 2D, the importance of 2D and how it got into 3D. And again, I would like to demonstrate using one of our projects. I'll be using Banyan and Babe, which is a 3D project we did, but I have all the pre-production content also ready with me, which I can share with you. I'm sure many of you might be keen at working on mostly in 2D also, especially in the development part, visual development part. So I can show you how things are done in 2D, then how things get into 3D and all, the whole process. So to begin with, let me show you the showreel. So just hold on, I will show you the showreel.
Toonz Media Group. Here are 6 things you absolutely, definitely, most certainly must know about the Toonz media ecosystem. We've got history. For over 20 years, we've been working with the biggest names in the business and have the financial might of a multi-billion-dollar global conglomerate in our corner. We're global. We have offices in Auckland, Istanbul, London, Los Angeles, Madrid, Quebec, Singapore, and Trivandrum. And a distribution network that carries our content to almost every corner of the world. We're cosmopolitan. From management to creatives, distribution to production, every aspect of Toonz benefits from multicultural teams that offer both local and international perspectives. We're entertainers. From being pioneers in 2D and 3D animation, we today make waves in live action, digital, and e-commerce platforms with top-rated content as global leaders in kids and family entertainment. We're innovators. We bring refreshing creativity and innovation to licensing and merchandising to get the most mileage out of each of our products. We're brand builders. From conception to consumption, the Toonz media ecosystem is driven by one all-encompassing desire: to build international brands and bring quality entertainment to a global audience. Toonz Media Group, entertaining the world.
Next, I'm going to show you the 2D demo reel, which is a compilation of works we've done during the last 2 years. Let me show that. Next, I'm going to show you the 3D demo reel.
Well, this new prince bested her in hand-to-hand combat.
You've come to prove yourself as a potential suitor.
Is it too much to ask for someone who acts like a prince every once in a while?
Oh, there it is. That's my grandparents' farm over there.
Aw, can't we stick around for a while?
I am going to ask you one more time.
Stop him!
Get her!
Now get out of here. Show's over.
All right, welcome back. So I've shown you 3 videos. That's about the kind of work. We have many more works to screen, but unfortunately we have short of time, so the demo reel is very long. So I just took a portion of it for the screening purpose. So now what we'll do, we'll look at the kind of 2D to 3D, how it depicts the pencil to pixel process. Now I want this the whole session to be interactive. I have no problem if you want to ask something, you can chat, you can type questions in the chat box in between. I would love to answer and proceed, because there's nothing wrong even if we interact and do, because this is more of interaction what is required. So certain questions can lead to a scenario where I will be able to show more demos or production level files for your understanding. Okay, so if you have any queries, you may type in the chat box. We have time left towards the end for that. Okay, so here what we will do is we're going to look at the process now. Now you all know that in filmmaking is about storytelling. So the difference here is in visual storytelling, in the real life scenario, we have actors, we have backgrounds and all ready made. We just need to go there. The actor will understand how to act, or we need to have a director, cameraman, and we can make a movie. Means in general. But when it comes to animation, We need to create everything. We need to create the environment. We need to create the props. We need to create the characters. We need to texture them. We need to rig them. So the whole process of giving life to character lies in the hands of the animator or the animation filmmaker. So in animation, what youngsters usually do here in India, I've seen a lot of youngsters. Some of them are very good at drawing, so they feel that drawing is the only prerequisite to get into animation. Some of them are very good at softwares. They feel we are very good at software, so I can do great animation movies. Some are like they're completely confused even after learning. They really wander around without understanding what is required by the industry. So I'm going to give an overview about it. Let me open a PPT. Yeah, I'm going to come out here and share this to you. So hope you all can see the PPT. These are this is about Toonz Media Group. A quick revisit that is about. I told you all these things about. So the kind of project. These are our clients, the client with whom we work, and the main problem here, like animation as an art. No, youngsters, many of them feel that it's all about drawing. Very few have understood the actual use of drawing in animation. Nowadays, as we are working in computer animation era, the drawing skills required is limited to certain departments. Very few youngsters understand that, and because while learning itself, you need to be clear with your skill set and your desire. If you're, these are two terms: your skill set and desire. If your skill set is matching a particular area and your desire is something else, you're not going to reach your goal. You're not going to be a good animation filmmaker. Your skill set and your desire should be aligned together. So either your mentor or some interactions with people from the industry might align it properly, give you a better clarity. So a lot of people feel it's about drawing. So drawing has been there long back when Disney did Steamboat Willie in 1928. He used drawing skills. He used traditional animation skills. But by the time the Disney company created the Jungle Book or the latest one, The Lion King, it was not completely drawn, hand drawn. These are all computer-based animation. So the most important thing one need to understand, in India, what we face from a production scenario is, we are facing the shortage of people in the first segment, which is the pencil-based segment. Though we are not using pencil directly, we have a stylus or a drawing tablet to create those kind of tasks. So we are seriously facing shortage of quality artists in the pre-production section. Pre-production is the first stage in animation production, and in pre-production, we are looking at the industry is looking at people who are very good at translating their ideas into drawings after reading a script. So it's very simple. That doesn't mean that if your drawing skill is good, you are the best pre-production artist. You need to be good at understanding. After reading the script, you should be able to visualize the character or scenario, whatever is, and then envisage and then create the same drawing, replicate the same, translate the same into a visual drawing. That is very important here. So pre-production stage, people who are very good at drawing need to focus on that. They need to identify whether their passion is a passion or desire is for pre-production. And if they are doing something else, if they want to do rigging, that might not be a good choice. So any youngster who is taking up this program should have their desire or skills to be, they should be aligned with their skills. Desire should be aligned with their skills, proper skill. So let me explain what are skills. It is drawing, sketching, painting, acting, mime shows. People who do mime and all are very good at doing character animation, especially the facial expression and all. So you need to be very well aligned with that, very well aligned with that. Just a moment, just a moment. Yeah. Just a moment. Just a moment.
ചെക്കപ്പ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന പോകാൻ പറ്റില്ല ഞാൻ എല്ലാം എടുത്ത് വെച്ചു നാളെയും ചെക്കപ്പ് ഉണ്ടായി
Okay. Sorry, there was an interruption because I'm at office and we have over 500 people working here. So somebody had some urgent thing to discuss. So sorry about it. So this is very important. So people are very good at drawing. Somebody has raised a hand. If you have a genuine question, you can ask that. I'll be able to. I might be able to answer your. You want to ask something, Mamini Sahu? Want to ask something? Hello. Okay, so let me explain. So in India now, what is happening is a lot of content. The revenue from animation film has slowly come down because most of the earlier it used to be outsourced work. Nowadays we are developing our own content for Indian broadcasters. There are a lot of Indian broadcasters doing kids programs. So the demand for Indian content has come up. So people with good drawing skills and someone who can translate their idea into, after reading the script, someone who can translate that concept into good drawings, great looking characters, great looking backgrounds and props are in real demand. We as a studio, we are finding it very difficult to get good people. So during all our webinars, when we do webinar, we always tell this to students. So if you have great drawings, please, great pre-production work, or if you're inclined, please send it to us because we are always in need of people from that particular area. So though pencil is not used anywhere, not directly, because we use vacuum tablets and Cintiq and all for all this kind of work, the same traditional methodology is followed. So that in India, the demand for own content, local content is increasing. Most of the channels are looking at taking. Most of the channels are taking Indian content, like Chota Beam, which was a small franchisee. Now it's one of the largest. They are doing a lot of content creation. Similarly, a lot of Indian companies are doing own IPs. Like at Toonz, we are working on Chai Chai, Veer Virat, Pagdam Pagdai, Gajju Bhai. These are all projects done at Toonz. So these are all Indian stories, and these are not meant for international market. So there is a huge demand for people in the pre-production area. The skill set would be someone who can really visualize, who can go through the script, quickly analyze, understand, and come up with, or translate that to great looking characters. So earlier it was just drawing. See now this image what I'm showing you, it is just a sequential image of a person galloping on a horse. Now all the drawings are not same. Someone who could do this kind of drawings can be a 2D animator, but it was more of mechanical. You know, animation. I don't want to show you the entire thing, but here, yeah, the demand for animation has really improved, increased after computer animation increased after 1995. Toy Story was the first film to demonstrate that. So in India, along with the outsourced work, there's a huge potential for own IPs. So you all need to focus on coming up with own stories and coming up with own character Bible. Have you ever heard of something called character or story Bible? Story Bible. Say yes or no in the chat box. Students, are you following me? Hello. Say yes or no. Have you heard of something called story Bible? Hello. Okay, so that is something which is very significant. You all need to be prepared for this because the demand in this particular area will be very high. That is for character designing, background designing, props, and then whole design. Then there is a demand for storyboarding artists. Storyboarding artists, there's a huge demand of people who can draw thumbnails. Someone who has got good understanding of cinematography principles. So there's a huge demand in that segment. Then the third one is creating animatics. So the entire designs, storyboards, and animatics, all these things form together. They all form together the base of a storytelling process, which is pre-production in animation, and the demand here is very, very high. So pencils, though not used directly, is influencing us. We are working on stylus which is similar to pencil. We have great screens where we can draw directly over, or trace. We can record our drawings. We can store all our strokes and later reuse or check. And also there is a demand in the pre-production area, huge demand. We are also conducting boot camps. Like when we need 20 pre-production artists, we select 20-25 people from all part of India, give them free training, and then select them, absorb them for a job. And remember the growth path I'm saying in this particular segment. I know a young boy named Noah, who approached us in 2010, was a 12th pass student. Parents were doctors. They were very keen at sending him for MBBS studies, but this guy wanted to get into animation field. So he joined as a trainee and he developed his skills as one of the finest pre-production artists in young pre-production artists in India. We had stationed him at the Toonz New Zealand branch, and I got to know now he has come back and he's doing so much of work and he's earning more than 3.5 to 4 lakh per month. And he has got 2-3 juniors under him, and he will take multiple projects. So the demand for quality pre-production artists is very high. So if you feel that you all are good at these areas like drawing, designing characters, props, environment, painting, then storyboarding and animatics. Storyboarding means translating after reading the script, translating them to good-looking characters or backgrounds. So the demand is very high. The scope of animation also has changed. Animation is not really used in cartoons. We find animation in advertisement, television content, education, medical, gaming, virtual reality, architectural visualization, live action films, forensic field. So there's a wider reach for animation nowadays. So the job also has been increased, the job vacancies, and the skill set also changes. Even someone with weaker skill set can get into companies like Byju's app. Byju's app is into education content creation. They don't give prominence to the quality of animation, importance to the quality of animation. Whereas an animation film is completely graded based on the quality of animation the film carries. So there's a huge demand. So please keep in mind that someone who is good at pre-production shouldn't leave that. Keep on learning, exploring, and make your career. That's a huge demand. Then another area where youngsters get confused is softwares. So this is the pixel part. A lot of people get confused. They learn Maya, then they say, "Sir, Blender nahi aata, ab kya karu?" Like 3D Studio Max nahi aata, ZBrush nahi aata. या फिर Mari आ गया, Mari Substance Painter नहीं आता तो कैसे texturing करूं? So there is nothing. See, once you get in the industry works on specialization mode. Every youngster who comes to us for a job, I will always look at his vision like, sir, I have learned animation elsewhere. I'm very keen at doing BG modeling. Why BG modeling? Because I love creating. I used to do craft during my childhood. I used to create prototypes of objects and all. So these are the kind of skill sets required to be a BG modeler. Maya tool you can learn in 1 month or 2 months time. But then you should have that acumen within you, that creative acumen which should be connected to that area workout. Someone who does acting, someone who is very good at imitating others, he might be the best animator. Someone who does photography, he can be the best lighting and compositing artist. Imagine, I've seen youngsters coming and saying, I want to learn compositing. They don't see a person who has got basic photography idea, understand the background, foreground, the variance, and the depth of field theory, the depth of field concept. When you don't understand that, you cannot do compositing properly. You will just be able to arrange layers one over another. So there is the set of softwares I'm showing. There are many more. I'm just showing a few. But then these softwares alone cannot make you an animation filmmaker. But in India, it's divided into different areas. You can either get into the pre-production scenario, or you can get into the software-based training, or you can get into the LRC. We call it lighting, rendering, and compositing. I'm going to demonstrate all these stages after this. I don't prefer keeping PPT for long or using PPT. That's why I didn't prepare a big PPT. I'm just coming out of it, and I'm going to use show something different. So here, let me open one. See. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
The Maya screen?
No, sir. Previously we have saw, but right now.
Okay, just a moment. Once again, I'm going to share. Okay. Is that
Now it is
visible?
visible.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, yes.
So I'm going to compare, I'll show you a project what we worked on. So we have worked on a project called Banyan and Babe. This was done a couple of years, last year, last year. We worked on this. This was a 3D project. So the entire movie was done using this software. And the inputs we got. So this input means whatever reference files were created for pre-production was from done in the client location, not in India. So let me begin with sharing that also. Just a moment. Come on, this. Okay. Is it visible now? These images?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Can you see this image?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Did the image change?
No.
Just a moment. Hold on. Can you see the image now?
No.
No. So I'll have to open it from outside. So, how about now?
We can say that.
You can see now? Okay. So what do you see here? You can see the project name, Banyan and Babe. This is the story of two kids along with his grandparents in a farmhouse in a village side, countryside. So all the references, we are talking about pre-production. People who are good at drawing need to focus on creating these kind of reference. For filmmaking, pre-production is a reference file. The entire reference comes from pre-production. And what you see here is the farmhouse. Let me show you another view of it. Okay. Okay, can you see this now? Can you see the image? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you respond to the chat box? Because I'm not seeing any response because I'm showing a live project. So Banyan and Babe, what you see here is the cross section of the house. They are giving us all these reference files. So based on these reference files, we created the 3D background. We created a 3D background, and just a moment, let me show you that. So this is a very, how to say, tedious process. Once the designs are done, Based on that, we create. So this is the background we created for. Are you able to see it? Are you able to see it? Hello?
No,
Okay.
sir. Now it is not visible.
Not visible. Okay, I'll share once again. Okay. You want these files? Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So from Banyan Babe, we had this background. I'm going to zoom on to this location. Okay. Look at this detailing of the Is everyone able to view it properly? Hello. So this is something the first stage in production. So we after pre-production we are looking at people who can do PV sets like this. So you have to be well acquainted with the modeling flow, camera matching for the shot, and all, well acquainted with that. So there's a huge opportunity for background modelers, because background modelers are required not only for cartoon films, they are also used in background as a background for live action films also. For even for 3D matte painting and all, they generate backgrounds from 3D. So there's a huge demand. So this one background, see the kind of detailing there. Furniture. Okay. So that was about background. Background can be very complex. Now if you look here, let's see if I zoom into this area. What is this? Can anyone say what is this? Hello.
Sir, they have replied you in the chat box.
Okay, good. Okay. Cabbage. Okay, so everything has to be done in detail. Like if you look at this, see the kind of polygon they modeled. They modeled this. Then that's scattered. Then they have a farm here, like a cow shed where they all the cows stay. Then they also have a chicken coop in the back. Okay, so creating this is known as digital backgrounds or BG modeling in Maya. So if you are not very keen at doing the pre-production, this is one area you can look. The demand is very high because people are required for background modeling, or also into e-learning content, games, virtual reality. There are other areas to focus on, not just cartoon animation. There are huge areas like virtual reality, education, content creation, and all. So of late in Trivandrum, the trend is most of the artists they are joining Byju's. Have you heard of this company called Byju's?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Byju's has got a 3D animation wing. So a lot of artists from our company and even youngsters, they're joining, and Byju's is giving opportunity to a lot of youngsters. So because for them, it's mostly background modeling. Mostly background modeling. Background and props and simple object modeling and simple animation. So there's a huge demand. Next, let me show you something interesting. Character modeling. Character modeling, I'll show the same using the same figure. I'll show you 3D character. Yeah, that's it. Can you see the line flow, the topology of the model or the flow of the model? It's very well detailed, very well done. Then let me show you another character. Okay, let me show you. See this character. So creating characters is one very exciting job. There is a demand for youngsters. This will be used in animation as well as e-learning, movies. So characters are required for a lot of areas. See the kind of flow, the topology. The topology means the line flow, the isoform flow over the character. It has to be quad shaped. Okay. Then comes a very interesting area called texturing. So let me show you that also. Texturing, I will show from the same Benny and Babe background. So here what we do is we do a process called UV layout or UV mapping. Then we use Photoshop, Mari, Substance Painter or some of the third-party painting software to paint and create good looking textures for the character. Okay. Then after this, so that's BG modeling and the character modeling, texturing. Then this goes to a department called rigging. Let me show you the rig character. You have to bear with me because Maya is always hardware dependent and it takes a while to switch over to other films, other files. So it's taking time. Have you all learned rigging in the course, or you're too early at this level? You're just in the 12th, first year of your degree? Can anyone say?
Okay, I request the participants so you can ask.
No, I want them to interact, then only I'll be able to show more. Yeah, because they can ask questions. I have a lot of things to show. I can demonstrate. But this way, I just want to correlate it. Like they might ask about modeling. They can ask about anything. Even VFX, I have no problem. They can ask about anything. I want them to interact. Yeah, no, I got this file. Sorry. So this is a rig character from the same show. So now I'm going to take you back, come out of this. Just before showing this, I'm going to show you the Bunyan and Babe characters. Okay, we've just seen the background. So the characters from Bunyan and Babe. Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes.
So see, we have a grandma character. This is a turnaround pose. Okay. Then coming out of this, wait, I'm going to open the next one. We have a grandpa. So this is a model sheet or a turned around model sheet, and here the grandpa, both they stay in a farmhouse and apparently they are farming. They are into farming. So here, he is designed in mind like he looks like he resembles a typical Western farmer, physically well built, and standing with the typical farmer or dress, and then attire and also some implemented farming implement in sand. Next, we've two more characters. Yeah, this is Travis, the boy. Okay, going to be a little fast now. Next, I'll show you the next character is Whitney, his sister. Can you all see that? These are all from live production files what we are working on. So here we've have this character. So now what again I'll switch back to Maya because I already have the file open there and I'll be able to demonstrate that. So here I have this character. What is the name of this character? Can anyone type it in the chat box? The boy character. There were 4 characters: the grandpa, grandmother, boy, and a girl. Can anyone say the name of the character? We'll send you a surprise gift to your college. Can anyone say? Are you following me?
Yes.
So what's the name of the character?
So they replied in chat box.
Pardon? A chat box, okay.
The chat box is visible to you also,
No,
right?
no, it was.
Actually, the chat box they replied Noah.
No, it's Travis. Travis. Okay. So here, our rigging team has come up with a complex rig like this for moving this character. I don't know whether you are familiar with the term, but rigging is one very much integral part of animation production. Without quality rig, we wouldn't be able to do good animation. So here, out here, we have this character. So yeah, all rigged. I can move his leg control. We have control for his hip. I'm sorry. Yeah. So hip movement. Everything is defined like properly. Okay. Then we also have controls for his eyes. People who have learned Maya and rigging and all might find it the same. So this is like we given constraint for controlling his eyes. Okay. Then we also have some expressions charts already set here. So what is written here? Okay, we have shocked, angry, sad. So I select angry and see how I can change it. This was sad. So once we do this is a very integral part. We need to do quality rigging. After this, we pass on the assets, the characters, background, they're all textured. We transfer it to the staging team, where our team of animators who are into staging will look at the animatics and storyboard for reference. They will place the camera, they will set the exact number of frames for the shot, and then do the basic camera animation also at that level itself, and then hand over to the animator for animation. Let me show you something from animation also. This might take a while to open. There's a version change, so I don't come fully. Okay, let it open. So meanwhile, I can show you the final one. Okay, because it's quite heavy. The files are from production, so I wanted to share this with you. That's why I copied. But then it's very heavy, very heavy. My laptop is also quite powerful, but it's taking time. Then I can show you something more interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Then we have I can show you the final output. Now, basic. So I'm going to stop the share.
So someone has just text chat you.
Pardon? Yeah. One
They have just written it something.
Chat?
Yeah, Joshua Reddy, she has wrote like she is in both the field, digital and manual. Her interest
So both digital and
more
manual. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. So good morning. Being a student of both digital and manual, my interest is towards manual more than digital. How can you use it? Okay. Now, to be very precise, you can apply. You need to carry your sketchbook every day. Keep on working on your manual paint drawings. Sketching, keep on doing it every day. That's for practice. But once you reach office, your work will be in digital mode. You need to inculcate the habit of sketching. Like if you're using an iPad or something, use Procreate or use some drawing apps. So make use of doing simple sketching digitally. Then because all the designs, all the storyboarding and all these days we use softwares. We use Storyboard Pro for software. So then the drawing happens using a digital format, in digital format only. So please be prepared for that. But at the same time, pursue your passion, carry your sketchbook, keep on adding more pages to your sketchbook every day. Whenever you get time, when you travel, keep on sketching. And okay, that's what. Then what are the light we can use for character? I will tell you that. Before that, I want to show you one clipping, then I will move on to light. Okay, so I want to show you that movie clipping of how it is done. Then I'll go back and show you LRC, because lighting, rendering, compositing is a larger process. I would like to demonstrate it properly. So here, okay, so I'm going to share. See guys, what you're going to see now is the final output of the movie called Bunny and Babe. I'm going to show you the trailer for that. Okay, or the promo showreel for that.
It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile, just take it some clean, fresh air. If the weather's fine and you got time, it's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. Keep singing this long song. So long, I've got to be on my way now. No fun just hanging around. I've got to cover ground. You couldn't keep it down. It just ain't no good if the sun's shining. You're still inside. Still inside. Children with robins and flowers, sunshine caresses each new waking hour. Seems to me that people keep seeing more and more each day. Gotta sing, lead the way. It's okay. When they gotta sing, it's okay.
Okay, so this was the final output. So what happens here is, after rigging and animation, you might have noticed there are many areas where we have this FX animation, like the egg falling onto the girl, Whitney's head. Then you got shadows. You have dust when the person is jumping in the farm. No, then you have dust empty on when the cycling also. While cycling, this is going to create a lot of dust. So all these are done using dynamics animation. So we use particle effects, fluid effects in Maya itself, and we do the animation. But then there's a very important stage called LRC, lighting, rendering, and compositing. That is one area you all need to really focus. There'll be huge demand for that. Not just lighting, it's a combination of lighting, rendering, and compositing. So the lighting artist will decide on what kind of lighting based on client requirement and what kind of photorealism that project is demanding. They will work on lighting and rendering and compositing. So they work on the lighting. They set up the lighting. They create the mood scenes, whether it's evening, dawn, or an afternoon scene, or then they have set up the shadows. They set up the light colors, everything. After that, there's a set of people who will look at there's something called look development. Look development artists will look at the way the lights and the shaders are behaving. They will manage the shaders properly, the ambience, the specularity, the diffuse, and all what comes in. All those things are managed properly. Then it goes for rendering. In rendering, they render it as different layers. They render the background separately, the ambient occlusion layer separately, the shadows, the rim light or anything. All for characters, everything are done in different layers. After that, we do compositing and arrange everything together to get the final output what you have seen. So we call it LRC, lighting, rendering, and compositing. I got a question in the chat box. I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, sir. They put a question is what is
Cartoon like
the
Chota Bheem, software did they use? Okay, industries. Okay. Now, for Chota Bheem is done by Green Gold Animation in Hyderabad. The owner of the company, Rajiv, is a very good friend of mine, and almost 70% of the employees, including the creative director, are all good friends of mine. So they predominantly use Animate CC. For all the 2D projects, they use Animate CC, which is the latest version of Flash, Adobe Flash. So they use Animate CC. Few of the Chota Bheem sequence also have Maya. They have 3D projects also. Few of the series have 3D. Then they also use, no, they don't use Toon Boom. But another company called Hop Motion in India, they are using Toon Boom from, Toon Boom is a software company. They have three products. They have a product named Harmony. Harmony is a software which is very similar to Adobe Flash or Animate CC, but it has got more flexibility and more professional way of working on 2D animation. And also Harmony has got an inbuilt compositing software. So for compositing in Flash, we need to go to After Effects. So for when you do your film in Harmony, you can compose it within the same software itself. So it's an end-to-end production software. End-to-end production software from the company named Toon Boom, which is based out of Canada. They have three softwares. They have Harmony, which is a 2D animation, digital 2D animation software. They have Storyboard Pro, which is a fantastic storyboarding software. They have Producer, which is a production management software. The three softwares there. And another thing, in 2D, there are many. So they use, so it will be like there are free softwares like Blender. Someone has asked about Blender. There are free softwares like Blender, which is used, but Blender cannot be used commercially because Blender is developed by a small set of team, and the research happening behind is not very, very strong. So when you work on projects worth 5 billion and 10 billion big projects, and when we load everything onto a software like Blender and halfway through the software crashes, we have no way of recovering or no one to support us. Or we need to engage a R&D team who can keep on constantly doing R&D in Blender. Whereas when you go with proprietary softwares like Autodesk Maya or 3D Studio Max and all, the research team is constantly working on enhancing the software. Any issues coming in between will be supported by their team. Nowadays, due to cloud computing and all, this cloud storage and all, we have a lot of options to store our files. Even if we lose our files, retrieving them would be very easy. And they also help us in creating custom tools to make our project more faster. So people don't use Blender. Blender can be used for independent filmmaking, or commercially it's very rarely used. Okay, so I would suggest spend more time on proprietary softwares because you have to get the job. Okay, then good morning, sir. Which are the way we can prepare ourselves for the industry? Pooja has asked. So now preparing yourself for the industry is like, keep in mind the coming decade, coming 10 years will be the demand for high quality Indian content. There will be huge demand for Indian content. So make habit of developing your own stories or adopt stories from your friends, take stories from your friends. Start creating the designs for the story, like starting from character designs, background designs, then character expressions, storyboard panels, animatics. So try creating the entire sequence and see how well it comes. Learn the art of creating this thing, visual storytelling. It's an art of, so you will have a script and be prepared to translate that script to great looking designs. Then people, artists will take it to Maya and work on 3D production. So that's one way you can be prepared for the next generation. What are the key to develop animation or drawings? Okay. Now animation, to be a good animator in 3D, you need not be a great artist in 3D, because 3D, but you should have strong understanding of the principles of animation. You should have very good understanding about strong principles of animation, how to apply them in 3D. Where many youngsters, they learn animation, they understand 2D principles, but they fail to apply that in 3D. Your animation should be believable, regardless of 2D, 3D or any medium. Your animation should be believable. The movement should be believable. A character weighing 30 kg jumping from certain height. When if you get to know, when you see, you should really feel that the character has got weight. So you need to bring that kind of what do you say, outlook to your animation only by applying the principles of animation. So you need to focus on along with design. You need to focus on principles of animation. Then practice acting, and understanding the use of timing and understanding the use of space, making use of negative space. All those things. Though that idea should be there. So that one way is you need to attend the acting workshops and try to create facial animation. Okay, head and it's not updated animation and its theory is about. So now here somebody said it is learning artist and hand, head, and okay. We need hand, heart, everything, head, everything. But remember, we animators or we from the creative field, we use right side of our brain because we are right brain aligned. People who are like, as you all know that the brain has got two sides, left and right. The left side mostly deals with the logical, predominantly deals with the logical, and people. So people who are right brain aligned are very creative. They do some kind of creative art. And there are instances where I found people with alignment who have equal balance for both left and right. They are very good at logical as well as creative skills. But predominantly it's right brain aligned. Right brain aligned. People are like very focused on artistic skills. They love music. They love sense of color. They have good sense of colors. They what do you say? They would admire a good scenery, a good evening with a great sunset, or they would enjoy. Or whereas a person with more of logical skill sets or who is strongly left brain aligned might not enjoy artistic forms. So that's very important. Now, so here, practical and theory means theory part is only for the principles of animation. The rest everything is practical. The theory part, so principles of animation, you can partly learn using theory and then apply it practically. But rest everything is practical. Rest everything is practical. Yeah. You want to say something? Hello.
Yeah, there is one message from Jashoda Reddy that how to apply for the free camp and gain knowledge.
Yeah. So I would request the Deepa to so let's share some your student database to us, or some at least just email ID, only the email ID. We have a newsletter. Every month we send newsletter to creative folks. So every quarter we send, not every month, every quarter. So this newsletter will carry opportunities, about new projects, about new trends, write-ups by eminent personalities, guidance. And so we can forward that newsletter to all your students so they can always follow. Then we will also send all invitation to all our digital activities, any kind of webinars or workshops happening online, because due to pandemic at this point, we don't have an opportunity to conduct it physically. Otherwise, every year during May, we conduct a function called Meet the Masters, where we bring senior animators and artists from the globe, and we have a big conference happening here in Trivandrum. So we invite youngsters from all part of the country, and a lot of young student comes to us. Now, one second. There's a question about how can I apply for again and understand the pipeline or way to work. Okay. Now you can you need to stay focused or follow Toonz Media Group Facebook and Instagram. That's also a shortcut because all our activities will be updated there. You can find us, you can connect with us, you can connect with a lot of mentors or senior people. We will always be happy to guide you. So all our camps are free, we don't charge. We are promoting this medium. In that process, if you find a good artist, we'll recruit him. We'll select him for our studio. So the whole process is, so pencil was with pre-production. Now it's moved to digital. So even if you love pencil, keep on sketching. Don't stop this habit of sketching. Keep on improvising your sketchbook, adding more pages to it. And similarly, spend more time on the digital platform also, because the industry is in demand of digital platform, either 2D digital or 3D CGI. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
So the one more is there from Stanny, I think. So what are the render process we need to complete a composition of shots?
Can an individual person do to finish 2D animation using Toon Boom? Okay, that's a very good question. He's asked us like, can an individual person do all from start to finish in Toon Boom Harmony? Now, Toon Boom Harmony is a digital 2D animation software. So the character designing has to be done by one team. Then there is something called rigging. Rigging has to be done by another team. Staging, effects, animation, effects, and compositing. So it cannot be done by one, because rigging will be more of technical mindset. He might not be very good at animation. Then people who do effects animation again they come under the technical mindset, techno-creative folks. So it cannot be done entirely, but entire thing can be done using one software, but not by one person. It needs multiple skill sets. Then anything else? We have to develop. How can you develop strong portfolio to internship? Okay. Now developing any portfolio. Many youngsters feel portfolio means submission for completing the program. What is the meaning of a portfolio? Portfolio. I've seen a lot of youngsters. Portfolio. अभी course submit करने के लिए हम portfolio submit कर रहे हैं. Never think like that. Portfolio is a reflection of your skill set. A portfolio should carry the best work you have done. Never try to do something and create a portfolio. Try to create a set of works, choose the best work and compile and make a portfolio. Nowadays in the internet, you find hundreds of portfolios or reference. So you don't have to worry down. So you guys are so lucky. When we all learned, we had no reference other than few books or the help menu. The software help menu, I haven't seen any youngster using that these days. Those days, the only way to, if you have a doubt, open the help menu, then scroll and check, and it might take 1 hour to identify one small or clarify one doubt. So refer a lot of, before you prepare a portfolio. And another thing, students who are doing pre-production and all, who would like to show their portfolio, always try to include your childhood work also along with your portfolio. Because that will give a strong base about your artistic skills. Don't include only the pre-production work. Include all your drawings, quality drawings, what you have been doing right since. So by looking at your work, one will get to see that how passionate you are. Because the key ingredient to become an animation filmmaker is passion. More than anything, you need to have strong passion. So include all your drawings and then select the best and then arrange it, compile it with your artwork, so that will give a good feel for you. And never get a feel that portfolios are meant for completing the program. I would request colleges also, you complete the program, but please give more time for portfolio. If a student says genuinely, that sir, I've done halfway and I need 10 more days, the faculty should evaluate, and if you feel that he's doing a good job, give him 10 more days, let him come with a good portfolio, because portfolio is going to be his horoscope. If he's not able to do that properly, he might not get into job. And one more thing, after completing the program, going back and developing a portfolio will not go properly. He might take 1 year to complete that. So the mentors should give a lot of thrust on creating quality portfolio and making them understand that portfolio is not meant for completing the program. Portfolio is meant, it's a compilation of their best works, and the best work can come from even the childhood drawings, if the writes in the childhood, all their and a good background about their artistic, which can reflect their background about their artistic skills. And modeling, people who do modeling can have all their clay models or anything what their craft they have done. They can keep that photographs in the portfolio. People who like photography can use their photographs along with their lighting portfolio. And folks who are into animation can have any kind of acting videos or any kind of acting or any appreciation you have received during your college. All those works can be included because acting is very, very important for animation. So this scenario, so I think I've cleared all your, I was able to answer. I don't know whether it's clear or not. I'm able to answer your queries. I would like to ask a question like, is animation only for commercial? Yes, animation is definitely a time-consuming and expensive process. So nobody will do it free. So it is a commercial. That's the huge. If you are looking, it's a combination of technology and art together. Predominantly art, but technology-driven. That's it. Any other question?
I hope so that questions, I think so that things has been clear with the students. उन्हें जो आपसे पूछना था और अनिश आपसे पूछ ले और आपके जो अप्रोच था चीजों के बारे में, they might be clear about the things in detail, I think so.
ठीक है, so glad to hear. सुनिए और आपको कुछ और भी पूछना होगा या मेरी email ID में आप लोग मेल कर सकते हो. I can connect with you sometime. You can fix a time. I can connect over Skype and help you out, guide you anytime. Because I am also a mentor for the India Skills competition. India Skills, पता है, like creative skills like Olympics. So India, the people who are representing India, I'm one jury member for the India Skills. So I have to encourage youngsters to take up this medium of game art design and animation VFX. So as I am with Toonz, I am constantly exposed to the real production. So every day I see what is happening in production. I get to see new projects coming, new technology. So I'm constantly updated. So you can ask questions. If you don't have questions now, you can connect with me later. You have my number, you can share my number with students. They can connect me over WhatsApp. And I'm absolutely, I would enjoy interacting with them and sharing.
That's like humble from your side that you ask us to share the number also and email ID also. That is very helpful to the students also.
Yeah,
because these students, they have lots of things in their heads. They want to share the creativity. They want to have the person who can actually interact with them. And it's like a great, see, you can see the message also. They were actually wishing you. And they really want to interact with physical also. You know, when I just share about you, about that you visited Orissa also, you just visited that place. They were so excited. Really, we're like, yes. So I have visited all over the places in India.
I will tell you, actually, that was in 97. I visited Kalahandi. That was in Bhadrak district. That was a friend of mine, Pradeep Mahanti, who was in Pune University. He was doing research in archaeological research scholar. They wanted to create a movie documentary. So I had gone for the shoot purpose, and it was nice and nice to be there. Good to, though it was remote, I enjoyed visiting that area. I would definitely visit again.
So we can expect the hope. So in the future in Orissa, you definitely will visit one time.
Why not? And we are happy to extend because you also culturally, Orissa is also a very rich state like Kerala. Because in India, there are few states like Bengal, Orissa, Kerala, Andhra and all. We have a probably higher cultural dance forms and artistic forms which people follow. So Odissi dance is again, people practice a lot here. So, so I would definitely love to come explore and all. So in the meanwhile, if it was not the pandemic situation, I would have invited you to come over to Toonz. Like people from along there's people from Punjab and all. They fix up. We arrange a one-day tour here. We will give you a one-day whole like live demo. We will take you through each department. We will make you interact with the studio people, and that will be a great experience. The great experience for you guys. So we believe in knowledge sharing. We believe in sharing knowledge and encouraging more people to take up this industry, animation industry. So portfolio is the key thing. My last advice would be portfolio. Don't spend more time on portfolio. Be serious about the portfolio. That is not for getting your certificate. That is your lifeline. Add the best, collect a compilation of the best works. Do that. And if you need any support in doing a portfolio in one particular area, I can arrange. If you really have 10 people who are very keen at doing a portfolio in 2D and want to have guidance, I can arrange my pre-production guy to interact with you and share any. Similarly with 3D modeling or any area, if you want how to create a portfolio, I can. So because we get at least 100, 200 portfolios every day, job profiles every day. Many portfolios, what I do, I just have a look at it and we don't even open it. Because one glimpse we get to know the student is not passionate. So that is this is experience speaking. I'm not talking from just, I've seen the HR will share that with me, the HR department. When they get to there's no passion at all. He has given a titling, big titling about himself and all, but nothing about, so halfway through we might not go. So the best work should come in the beginning itself. So when we can support you anytime, definitely. So please be optimistic, and once the pandemic gets over, you all are welcome to come over to this part of our country. And that's it. Anything else? Because I have to join another. I have time for 1 hour,
sure,
but I have kept 1.5 hours in mind. But we can still connect again. Nothing wrong. I hope I did some meaningful talk to you, because see, it's remote, so I really don't know their expectation. I know that they are animation students, so my talk was to only way with more and more interaction I'll be able to clarify, because I don't know your expectation. It's about pencil to pixel, but that those other things are fine. But what they have in mind, but so I try to show a product. But again, any queries you can connect with me, and you can share my number. They can connect over WhatsApp, or you can create a group, this webinar group, and include them as a WhatsApp group, so that for time being any queries we can support that also. Okay.
Sure, sir. That would be great, sir. And thank you so much, sir, for giving us a time. And you just spoke over 12, but you gave extra time also. Thank you so much, sir, about it.
Thank you, and it was
really connect you in future.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sure,
okay.
sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all, and stay safe, and wish you all a great future. Thank you. Thank you from on behalf of Toonz Media Group. I say thank you once again.